It is National Pasta Day, and there's a special spot over at the Pearl that's serving up handmade pasta dishes, wood-fired pizza, and so much more to meet all those carb cravings this weekend. Kristen Urban joins us live now from Fife and Farro inside Pullman Market. Kristen, I hear you're really going to get into it and make some pasta.
Yeah, Roma, the machine is fired up. We are ready for National Pasta Day out here. I'm joined by one of Fife and Farro chefs. Nick, how are you doing today?
Doing fantastic. Glad to be up nice and early making pasta.
Yeah, well, happy Friday. I know the carb lovers in our audience are going to love all of this. So I don't know much about pasta making, so I want to dive into your whole process right now. We got the machine going over here. What's happening, Nick?
So we got a really nice arcobaleno extruder. It's going to make the nicest, freshest pasta possible. We're using Hayden Mills flour all the way from Barton Springs Mills in Austin. And what it's doing is up here we load our flour and our water, and it extrudes it through here. We have specific dies for different shapes. Here we have a Campagnelli, which you see has a nice fluted edge. Great place for all that sauce to get in there and escape. And what you can see is it adds nice ridges to the pasta. This is going to add a lot of starch, really thicken up your pasta, and that's how you know you have good, fresh, homemade pasta.
This is so cool, and I know that we're looking at some of your other pastas that you offer out here, back here, so I know for people, they're coming out to the market, they're ready to buy some things, so you could even grab some of this pasta and maybe have a little date night at home.
Yeah.
And then for people at home, if they don't know much about the vibe out here at Fife and Farro, what can we expect when it comes to your atmosphere?
So the great thing about Fife and Farro is that in the weeknight, if you want a nice, quiet, intimate meal, we set it up so that you can come in for a nice date. Maybe you're coming in after work, and you can just like unwind and relax. And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday hits. We're all hands on deck. We're going fast. Loud music. It's kind of a party on the weekends.
And I've seen that all morning when you bring up all hands on deck. You had your whole team out here setting up for really what is a major day here over at Fife and Farro. So we've made our way back over to your kitchen now. This is really where the magic is happening. So we saw that pasta being made, but now we kind of want to see it brought to life through some of your sauces and everything. What pasta are we going to be making?
So today we're going to be making our lumache, which is kind of like a large elbow noodle. With a potato fonduta, some mushrooms, topped with little breadcrumbs and chives. Kind of like a loaded baked potato in a pasta.
Wow, that sounds so tasty. So I want to dive right into it, but I also want to get out of your way because there is a lot happening here. So I'm going to step over to the side, and then can you just go through this pasta dish and kind of make it for us?
Yeah, absolutely. So everything starts with a hot pan. You can hear that sizzle going, you know your pan's ready.
This stovetop is very unique to me. Is this like a special slate?
So this is called a French top. It's one large piece of cast iron, and essentially what it does is it superheats. So we're getting up to 600-700 degrees just on one of these French tops alone. And it's really good at making quick, efficient pasta, getting things out to guests as fast as possible.
Hey, I bet when anybody comes in here and they smell those dishes, they want them fast. They're probably very ready for them. And then something else that was really cool too, we were over at your pasta machine earlier, but for somebody who maybe not be dining here, but is in this market, you can kind of still watch that pasta being made just walking by that, correct?
Yeah, so every morning our pasta team is making fresh pastas for ourselves as well as the rest of the market. And the great things about it is we retail a lot of our pasta sauces, our vodka sauce, our pesto in the case right next to all the fresh handmade pastas. So you really have the opportunity to get as much as possible and kind of build your own combination of ingredients at home.
And then what are you sweating these onions with? Is that garlic in there as well?
So we got a little shallots, we got a little garlic, add a little salt just so that it doesn't caramelize too fast. And then we have our pre-roasted off mushrooms, white wine, rosemary, aromatics. And I'm gonna get some nice color on that just to get the sauce ready. And then I have my pre-made potato fonduta, which we're using local fingerling potatoes. The remainder of our ricotta whey. So whenever we make our ricotta, there's leftover liquid. We don't want that to go to waste, it's good stuff. So we just blend that in with our potatoes, a little pecorino cheese, and you have a nice creamy sauce.
Amazing. And just as those are kind of marinating and sweating right now, I want to know a little bit about some of these other pasta dishes. I was holding this one at the top of the show. It looks so tasty. What exactly are these other pasta dishes over here? Is that like a vodka sauce?
So we have a couple of our crowd favorites, our pomodoro, our vodka sauce. Some nice light bites that are easy to get into, less demanding on your mind. You could just crave it. You want it every night of the week. They're definitely good options for people who are trying us out for the first time. And then we have other things on the menu as well that, once you know to love us, know to trust us, you can kind of dip your toes into.
There really is just so much out here for really anyone who loves pasta, a good sauce. And so for people at home, they want to check out Fife and Farro, they want to make those date night plans. How can they find y'all?
So you can find us on Instagram at Fife and Farro, and we're also here at the Pullman Market in the Pearl. Really accessible, 221 Newell Avenue. Not too hard to find if you know where the Pearl is. It's the big building.
Thank you so much for your time this morning, Nick. I know we're going to finish up this pasta dish, and I know people are going to be excited to see that. Maybe I'll show that off on our Instagram page. But Roma, I've got you covered when it comes to the carbs, when it comes to the sauce today. But I know you have me covered on that Rowdy report today. I want to hear all about it.